शुक्र खुदा में रज़वी हो।
आला हजरत अज़ीमुल बरकत इमाम अहले सुन्नत परवाना शम रिसालत इमाम इश्क़ महब्बत सैयदी वसंदी अशा इमाम अहमद रज़ा ख़ान फ़ाज़िल बरेलवी रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु फरमाते हैं, इमाम अहले सुन्नत रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु beautifully says in the quote of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam that Ya Rasulallah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, सरवर कहूँ कि मालिको मौला कहूँ तुझे, सरवर कहूँ कि मालिको मौला कहूँ तुझे, बाग़े खलील का गुले ज़ैबा कहूँ तुझे, बाग़े खलील का गुले ज़ैबा कहूँ तुझे. And the same Imam Ahl Sunnat radiyallahu ta'ala an says that Ya Rasulallah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, वाह क्या जूद करम है शहे बतहा तेरा, नहीं सुनता ही नहीं मांगने वाला तेरा. मैं तो मालिक ही कहूँगा कि हो मालिक के हबीब, मैं तो मालिक ही कहूँगा कि हो मालिक के हबीब, यानी महबूब मुहिब में नहीं मेरा तेरा. इमाम अहले सुन्नत रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु is presenting an explanation of a verse of the Holy Quran where Almighty Allah says, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ إِذْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ جَاءُوكَ, that when the servants of Allah do an injustice unto themselves, unto their souls, then, oh my beloved, they should come to you. They should come to you, waqi bargah mein hazir. And Ala Hazrat is saying, Wah kya jood o karam hai shaye batha tera, nahi sunta hi nahi मांगने वाला तेरा. That, oh my beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, oh Master and King of Makkah, such is your kindness, आपके जूद, आपकी सखावत का ये आलम है. Such is your kindness, such is your generosity, that when anybody comes to you and he asks that you bless him with something, then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam never says no to him. The beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam never rejects him, whether he can see that he is getting it or he can't see. Either way, he never hears no from the court of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. We are being commanded in the Quran also that if we commit any zulm on our own souls, if we commit any sins, if we do anything wrong, what should we do? Go into the court of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and let the Rasul make istighfar for you. Let him ask Allah to forgive you. Or agar ye karoge, if you do this, then you will find Allah most forgiving, most merciful. Think about it. The Ala Hazrat is taking the same essence of that verse of the Quran and he's saying, Vah kya jood o karam hai शहे बता तेरा, नहीं सुनता ही नहीं, मांगने वाला तेरा. That, Ya Rasulullah, the one who comes to you in your grand court, he never hears no. He comes to you, Rasul Pak के दर पे जाने वाला जाके कतरा मांगता है. He goes and asks for a drop. Allah's Nabi gives him oceans. मेरे करीम से अगर कतरा किसी ने मांगा, दरिया बहा दिए है, दुर्बे बहा दिए है. Allah has given us such a Nabi. But something that Ala Hazrat Adimul Barakat says in the share, maybe it is hidden from our vision. Maybe we are not seeing it directly. मगर गौर करने के बाद नजर आएगा कि नहीं सुनता ही नहीं, मांगने वाला तेरा. That those who ask from you, those believers who ask from you, those with iman who ask from you, those who love Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam who ask from you, never do they hear no. Never do they hear no from the court of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Now let me tell you कि नहीं सुनता ही नहीं. That never ever does a person who asks from the Nabi hear no. कभी नहीं. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ये बात सिर्फ इस दुनिया से महदूद नहीं है. ये बात सिर्फ इस दुनिया से महदूद नहीं है. This is not only for this dunya, but even on Maidan Mahshar, when you ask Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasul Pak will not say no. Even there, यहाँ भी ये है और वहाँ भी ये है. We all know, yesterday even I talked about it, that on Maidan Mahshar will be a day, according to the narrations. How long will be Maidan Mahshar? I spoke about it a few days back in the Rabiul Noor lectures. उस दिन हिसाब व किताब का दिन कितना लंबा होगा? 50,000 साल. 50,000 years. 50,000 years. सही है ना? ऐसे डच में बोलते हैं. 50,000 years. One day. 50,000 years. एक दिन. Think about it. We have to stand there and give hisab and accountability for all what we did in our lives. Allah will question us. We will be held accountable. Hisab kitab zarur hoga. Every Friday the Imam reads on the mimbar. I said this here before. Imam har jume ko khutbah pe padhta hai, mein padhta hai. Al-birr la yabla. Al-birr لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت. اعمل ما شئت كما تدين تدان. That whatever good you do will not be wiped out. Allah will not take your, कोई नेक अमल करो तो अल्लाह उसको खत्म ऐसा नहीं कर देगा. Al-birr la yabla وَالذَّنْبْ لَا يُنْسَى. And the bad things that you do, the gunah that you do, ये भूले नहीं जाएंगे. It won't be forgotten. You and I can forget, but Allah is far from forgetting. Al-birr la yabla وَالذَّنْبْ لَا يُنْسَى وَالدَّيَّانِ لَا يَمُوتُ. And he who gives this reward or the recompense, वो जो उसका सवाब या उसका अजाब देगा, उसका बदला जो देगा, वो कभी मरता नहीं है. वद्दय्यान ला यमूत. The one who gives you the reward or the punishment, Allah, can never die. He does not die. Al-birr la yabla والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت اعمل ما شئت. जो करना है करो. Do whatever you want. البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت اعمل ما شئت. كما تدين تدان. जैसे करोगे वैसे भरोगे. Whatever you do is what you will get. Whatever seeds you sow is what you will get. So if you do guna in this world and you destroy your own self here, in the akhirat you will be destroyed. If you do good here, Allah will not forsake you. But the best thing that you need to do is to protect your iman. Your most important and most valuable belonging is your iman. Iman ki hifazat karo. It is not to be only a Muslim because you are Abdullah and Muhammad and Abu Bakr, or because you are Aisha and Fatima. That is not just being a Muslim by name. If you want to be Fatima, then follow in the steps of Fatima Zahra. If you want to be Muhammad, then follow that which Muhammad Arabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. If you want to call yourself Hassan, then behave like how Hassan and Mujtaba behaved. If you want to call yourself Hussein, then learn the lesson of Imam Hussein, that do not accept a corrupt leader, even if it means giving your life. Today, we must learn that Islam is not by lip service. We need to understand that we must be examples. When people look at us, they must say, there is a Muslim. When they look at you, they should not look at you and say, okay, let's try to figure whether he's a Muslim or not. Because he doesn't dress like one. He doesn't behave like one. So how do you recognize? Why are we ashamed to put our Islamic libas? Why are we ashamed to say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah? Rather we say, how's it? All the other words that we use. Salam karne se kyun sharmate? On the day of Qiyamah on Maidan Mahshar, we are going to have to stand there and answer for all our misdeeds. On that day, 50,000 years, one day. It came in the Hadith Mubarakah, when half day passes, all the Ahl Mahshar will get together and they'll have a big meeting. And they will say that Allah's Jalal is so much, how are we going to save ourselves today? And they will all make a discussion. They will have a meeting. Everybody who is on Maidan Mahshar, the billions and the billions of people. And they will come to a decision. Ek faisla, ek natije pe aayenge. That let's go and find a shafi'. Let's go and find somebody who will intercede for us in Allah's court. Let's go and find somebody who will beg for us in the court of Allah. So they will say, who should we go to? And they will have a discussion and they'll say, let's go to Abul Bashar. Let's go to Adam ala Nabina alayhi salatu wassalam. He is the first man that Allah made with his dast qudrat, and he sent him as his Khalifa on the earth. So they will all, everybody, we are going to be included. Everybody is going to go to Nabi Adam alayhi salam and say, oh Adam alayhi salam, Allah created you without a mother and a father. Allah made you the best. In that time, the Abul Bashar. Allah commanded the angels to prostrate before you. And whatever else praise people will say. And Adam alayhi salam, after listening to them, they will say to Adam alayhi salam, please ask Allah to forgive us today. Ask Allah to free us from this difficult time. What will he say? What will he say? Idhabu ila ghayr. Go to somebody else. Today I can't help you. From him they will go to the next, to Nabi Nuh alayhi salam, and so on and so on and so on. Time is not permitting, so I can't go too long. Each to the next. One to the next, from one Nabi to the next. Sometime at the door of Ibrahim alayhi salam. sometime at the door of Musa alayhi salam, sometime at the door of Nuh alayhi salam, sometime at the door of some other Nabi alayhi salam, until finally they will come to Nabi Isa alayhi salam. And they will say, oh Nabi Isa, Allah created you without a father. Allah made you Ruhullah. Oh Isa, you are the one who used to bring the dead to life. You used to do this, you used to do this. They will make their ta'rif. Isa alayhi salam will say, today even I can't do anything for you. Today the doors of shafa'at are closed. Only one person has the key to the door of shafa'ah. Says who? Says go to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And the entire Haram-e-Shar, billions and trillions of people will all be going in julus. They will be taking the biggest julus will be on Maidan-e-Mahshar. The biggest julus will be on Maidan-e-Mahshar. All of them will be rushing. Where they will go, they will be going to look for Muhammad Arabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And when they reach the beloved Rasul, under Maqamul Mahmud, under the Liwa'ul Hamd, they will reach there. And there they will find Allah's beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And they will say, Ya Rasulullah, we went there and there and there and there and there, and we got not what we wanted. Ya Rasulullah, we have come to you. Ya Rasulullah, can you help us? Nahi sunta hi nahi mangne wala tera. Allah's Rasul will say, Ana laha. Ana laha. Ana laha. I am here for you. I am here for this reason. And he will go in sajda in the court of Allah. And he will make shafa'at for us. And then he will remove us from the difficulty and put us into the gates of Jannatul Firdaus. That Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be there on that day to support us and assist us, where nobody will have the permission. Only when he opens the doors of shafa'at, then Adam alayhi salam can make shafa'at. Then Nuh alayhi salam can make shafa'at. Then Musa can make shafa'at alayhi salatu salam. But I want to ask you something and end today. Huzur Sayyidi Sarkar Taj Sharia explains this very, very, very beautifully. No time. I'm 1 minute late already. Just do Fajr Farad 1 minute all mein le lo. He says that how is it possible? Look, I just told you what is in the hadith. I told you people will go to Adam, to Nuh alayhi salam, to Musa alayhi salam, to Ibrahim alayhi salam, to Isa, etc., 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 etc. I told you this just now, right? So everybody knows it. This hadith, all the muhaddithin know it. This hadith, all the mufassirin know it. This hadith, all the fuqaha know it. This hadith, because of them, we know it. But how come on the day of Qiyamah nobody will remember it? If they remembered it, they would have went straight to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yaad hota to direct Rasul Pak ke paas jate na, us din. Direct na. Magar us din yaad nahi rahega. People will not remember, the muhaddithin will not remember nobody. That is why they will start at Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. From one to the next, to the next, to the next, till they get to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why is this so? There are many reasons behind this. But one reason is so that you can see on that day the shan and the majesty that Allah gave His Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And to show you that even if you want to go, you were talking about coming to Allah direct all your lives. Leave alone coming to Allah. You can't get to my Nabi direct. You have to start at Adam till you get to the end over there. On that day also you will need the wasila. On that day also you will need a means in the court of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Rasul will be the means of all of us in the court of Almighty Allah. Think about this. Time is gone. Think about this. Keep this in your mind. Agar tum chahte ho, if you want and I want, that we should have a successful akhirat. We should try to be good Muslims in dunya. We should be Sunni Sahihul Aqidah. Stay away from those who take us away from Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the deviants. Make your iman strong. Look, everybody wants to make their bank balance strong. Everybody wants to get their property strong. Everybody wants to protect their house and their wife and their children. But how many of us want to get our iman strong? How many of us wants to protect our family's iman? Not only protecting the bank account, not only protecting the money that is in the house. What about protecting the most important thing, which is your iman and your deen? If you protect your deen and your iman now, then you have your children who will learn from you. Their deen and iman will be protected. Then the next generation will learn from them. Their deen and iman will be protected. The next generation will learn from them. Their iman and deen will be protected. Always remember, in the end, before Qiyamah comes, there will be only two groups. There will be only two groups. One of Imam al-Mahdi and one of Hazrat Isa Imam Mahdi, that one Jamaat of Imam Mahdi, and the one Jamaat of Dajjal. Whatever we do now will impact then. If you build a generation of those who love Allah and love Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then by the guidance and the tawfiq of Allah, your last Jamaat of your family and children will be with Imam Mahdi. And if you do the opposite, then there's this danger that they will end up in the army of Dajjal. So remember, it's your choice. By the grace of Allah, it's your choice. What we do now is very important. Iman ko mazboot karo. Make your iman strong. And remain firm on mazhab-e muhazzab. Mazhab-e ahle sunnah maslak ala Hazrat. Allah keep us with iman. Let us leave this world with iman. I've taken 5 minutes extra of your time. I know it's a working day. Allah forgive me. And Allah forgive our shortcomings. Allah keep you with iman. Allah keep me with iman. Special dua for all the Ahl Sunnah of the world, especially the Muslims of Marrakesh, those that have gone through the earthquake, the Muslims of Libya that have gone through the flood, and wherever the Muslims are going through difficulty, Allah make easy upon them. Allah asan farmai, and Allah, all of our families and parents and grandparents and our children who have passed away, may Allah make them maghfirah and grant them a high place in Jannatul Firdaus. And through the blessing of this day being the Friday, the day when Adam alayhi salam was created, and today we're celebrating the Mawlud of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The sadaqah of that Mawlud, may Allah keep us with iman. Let us leave this world with iman.